going on, people? Welcome to another episode of The Take On with myself, Flex, Mr. Danny Murphy and Anton Ferdinand. As you can see though, look at our merch. We've got proper merch. We're up and coming. Yeah, you lot been supporting the show. You've been enjoying the show. You've been getting involved in all the comments. And the show, look at this guy. I don't know why you're drinking so calmly, mate.
That's how I drink.
Yeah, well, even after 5-0?
Yeah, that's how I drink. Because, you know...
Is that top of the league sip? That hits different.
It's feeling nice. Do you know what's mad? I have to be honest. Like, when I saw the signings and that in the summer, I thought, you know what? It's positive. It's good. It's bold. Refresh. But I didn't expect so much so soon. Mm-hmm. Long may it continue, man.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. But before we do, we've got a little guest on the show that has a message for you, Anton. And he goes by the name of Jike. And he is an avid Fulham fan, as you know, a season ticket holder for many years. Was there when Mr. Danny Murphy was in the terraces, when Fulham were in Europa League, playing Juventus at the Cottage, as he remembers. Yeah. You know what I mean? As he reminds us a lot. He likes to bring that up a lot. So let's hear what he has to say to you.
Anton, what's going on, mate? What's going on? How's it going over there? You're right. Just out here in Kenya at the moment, you know, enjoying a 5-0 win. You know, I told you I was going to bill it after we beat you lot, but I knew we were going to batter you, so I had it pre-rolled. So I'm smoking it already. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling in Kenya. I'll just show you the backdrop here at the moment, but it felt like half your team was on a run in Kenya. That's how bad you lot were playing. 5-0 after all that chat. I saw the clip on the show last week with you and Flex. I'm like, oh, try to talk about Polina. Yeah. I'll just show you this image right now. I think it was Kudus and Suchet being sat on their ass as Polina tackled and ran away with the ball. You saw the assist. He gave all that chat. 5-0. Tastes good, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm going to leave it on this one. As my boy Wobie said, we came true and we burst your bubbles. Yeah? Don't talk on my boy Polina again.
It won't. I mean, we said it in the group, dub plate set. I mean, even the Wobie's making a song about you in the changing room and having a laugh at your expense. I kind of feel weird even starting here because there's been so much that's gone on, which we will get to. I ain't trying to shirk responsibility here. But Jike, you know, at the top of the show had a message for you, so we have to start there.
Yeah, that's fine. We take the 5-0 drumming. We take it. We take it on the chin, you know. But again, he has to revert back to the Juventus days when you played Murph.
Did you play in that game?
For a reason.
I was there. I was captain. I didn't play. I was suspended in that game.
Do you know what I mean?
Suspended.
But he has to go back to that for a reason. We're present.
Do you reckon, on a serious note with West Ham, and there's so much good, you know, so much good that's happened, but is there still a section who are a bit like that on the fence with the way he plays?
Yeah, definitely.
How big is that? When I say how big is it? Do you think it's getting to a point where, I know that's only one big bad result, I get that, but a couple more, especially if at home, for example, because there's so many West Ham. Does it transfer yet or not?
I think when we had earlier on in the season went through a little bit of a blip. We started really, really well. Then we went through a little bit of a blip, and then you started to hear little groans and stuff from the fan base. Sunday wouldn't have helped. I think the fact that we beat Tottenham in the week before leading up to that game probably softened the blow in terms of him, because that game is so big, you know. But there is little murmurs. There is parts of the fan base that are saying, has he taken us as far as he can? As I've always said, I think he deserves to leave on his own terms for the simple fact he's only one of 3 that have brought a trophy into our football club, you know, and what he's taken us from, you know, being in a relegation battle to champions of Europe, so be it be in the Conference League.
Champions of Europe.
But we're going to call it Champions of
Why
Europe.
does he call it that?
What European competition are you in?
Here we go. Here we go.
However,
you're not champions of Europe.
We are. We're champions of Europe.
If that's a coping mechanism, then you say it.
We're champions of Europe. You know?
No, I actually agree. Yeah, I think Moyes done amazingly well.
Yeah, you can't say he hasn't. And I think, you know, even looking at the table, I think you guys are 9th. And it's like, you know, it's mid-table.
And that's without an out-and-out striker, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done all right.
Kudus has been playing up there, who looks a great signing. Ward-Prowse has come in. Alvarez has come in. The squad's better than ever.
He was the biggest miss on Sunday. Alvarez. He's dynamic.
Yeah.
He's aggressive. You know,
puts out fires, doesn't he?
Exactly. And Paulinho, Jack mentioned Paulinho, and at the moment, he's got to have another good 2 seasons for us to put him in to talk with Rice. You know, because that's what Jack was talking about.
Oh, is that what he's...
That's what he's saying. I saw you talk about, because he weren't mentioned when we was talking about...
He's acting like he got that move to Bayern Munich in the summer, and he's been absolutely smashing it.
You know,
and
he's about 7. He's about 27, 28.
Listen, he's maybe a good player. He's a very, very good player. Yeah. Very, very good player.
Terrific player.
Yeah.
But he's not Declan Rice. No.
And never. And won't be. However, the way he plays...
He's better than Amrabat, though, isn't he?
I'll take that. But the way he plays, though, it was a problem for us, not having Alvarez in that team. What I would have liked to have seen was... We're playing Souček, who's not mobile. Ward-Prowse gets around the pitch, but he's not aggressive. But he gets around the pitch enough. You know, if Ward-Prowse is playing with an aggressive player next to him, Ward-Prowse is fine.
You haven't really got another one, though, have you?
Wait a minute, but we've got youngsters.
Have you?
Well, Flynn Downs, is he still there?
No, he's not there.
No, but he's not that either.
No. You got Ollie Scholes, who's dynamic, can be aggressive, plays left back, left wing, or centre midfielder. Lovely left-footed player, nice size. Give one of them a go. Give one of the youngsters a go.
But that's not a Moyes thing, though, is it?
I know it isn't. I know it isn't. However,
what's the point of having them?
Do you know what I mean? If you're playing against a dynamic midfielder, you need someone who's as dynamic as that person. Do you know what I mean? And a young player, sometimes they put up a fight because, you know, if they've got the mentality to go in there and play in a Premier League game, they'll put up a fight.
But maybe a result like that will trigger him to do that.
I hope so. Tomorrow night's a perfect example. We're playing Freiburg at home in the Europa League. We're already through. Play some youngsters.
Yeah, give him
if there was a few youngsters in that team on Sunday, or he was a youngster in that team on Sunday, we lost 5-0. With the fan base, it almost softens the blow.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that for me was as a West Ham fan and an ex-West Ham player who was a graduate through the Fame Academy, I would have liked to have seen a few of the young, if not at least one of them in there.
Right, should we talk about some big clubs?
Let's, before we get on to that, let's get on to the main event.
You not heard this song, Dan? West Ham are massive.
Oh, mate.
That's why I said it.
Make sure you guys...
bigger, mate.
They are. And without Moyes, whenever that time is, it can kick on. I've got a good little bass there. Make sure you listen to the podcast of The Take on all your streaming platforms, whether that be Google, whether that be Apple, whether that be Spotify, etc., etc. We are on there. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show where we'll be reading out your tweets and comments from last week. Yeah, I've seen a few of them and we've got a lot to answer for. We did say we'd do it and I promise you we will, so stay tuned. Well, nowhere to hide. Let's get to Man United.
Do you know what? I'll start.
You start.
I actually thought, especially first half, they did all right, you know. And I thought, we can argue about Bayern's level of intensity and already through and all that, taking it easy a bit. But
slippers were on. Yeah,
I actually thought if United had gone gung-go early doors, they'd have got done, properly done. So I thought it was the right way to start. What disappointed me with the game is that, and I get it, you know, when you're up against high quality, what disappointed me was the second half, they didn't take the risk and just let it and just go. Now, maybe they didn't have the energy, the quality, all those things. And I don't think losing at home to Bayern has cost them going through. It's the other, you know, the Gala and the Copenhagen games and stuff. I'm not as critical as some in terms of this, why didn't they have a go? They only had one shot. And so I thought to beat Bayern last night, the way to do it was to be cute and clever and cautious. They just didn't have enough in them.
No quality.
In the second half. And energy.
Yeah.
And energy. But the thing now is that it actually creates huge pressure, A, going out of Europe completely.
Bottom of the group as well.
And B, with no excuse of European games, the Premier League results are emphasised and magnified even more now.
Yeah.
But I have to say this honestly, and it's not because the Liverpool 8 United thing, and I don't even dislike Ten Hag. He seems like a good fella, but it's a matter of when, not if, he goes.
Yeah,
he's done.
I think he's not getting a tune out of them, regardless of who plays. And the thing, like I've said, I personally want to see us stick through something as there's going to be so much change about to come. So what does that look like when Ineos get in? Is he part of that? But also what I've understood in the weeks and months leading up to this point is that if Ineos are to come in and say, actually, let's start blank. Like, let's get a new manager, let's get a new upstairs, let's start clearing it all out. Because essentially that's where my focus is now. So yes, last week you got me riled up and all of that stuff and the shouting and the swearing, the meltdowns and all that. I'm actually past that. When the Bournemouth game happened, because we haven't even really spoke about that, you know what I mean? When the Bournemouth game happened, I swear to you, in the stadium, speaking to fans afterwards, in and around it, I've been there when it's been really toxic at the back end of Jose, Ollie, you know, the Ralph Rangnick situation. There was an acceptance around the whole place. You know, when you get that acceptance of no one's angry, no one's standing up at their seat, giving it all this, you effing this, get it. Everyone was just like, that's what we are. And until this whole football club, all of it changes, what are you going to get?
It's just bollocks, though. You're hiding behind this, the whole football club. For me, the manager dictates the tactics and the motivation of the players.
Yeah, I agree.
And I am not seeing a group of players
motivated,
who are tactically aware.
But this group of players have never done it, Danny. And it's the same. There's the same cohort of players.
They finished second under Mourinho, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then what happens after that?
And won 2 trophies.
And then what happens after that?
Okay.
And then we finished second under Ollie. And then what happens after that? The same graph. I can play you the same script.
But he's signed how many players? You're saying the same group.
And that's the bit that's on Ten Hag, because his signings have been shit.
Which player he's brought in has made you better?
None. And that's a big problem. But then how was he? This is, again, Man United will go from one extreme to the other. Let's give this new manager all the power, because look at the types of signings they are. They're all him, pretty much. Do you know what I mean? And you're right, he's not getting a tune out of them. He hasn't made us better. The structure on top of it, in terms of doing the same thing and expecting different things to happen. This is Man United Football Club. There's not even a sporting director. There's not even a direction of how you want to be. A full reset. Like, it's gone. It's been ripped out. And I'm past the point of, like, I think this player has a place, or this player. They can all go. They can all go. Like that. Until we look at that squad from 1 to 24, barring a couple of youngsters who, you know, look at Kobe Mainu and Garnacho, a couple of little youngsters here or there. Until we look at it and it's all gone, it's all different. Manager, coaching staff, the main players. And I'm talking about the big names. I'll name names. Rashford, Bruno, Shaw, Dalot, Maguire, like Lindelof. Like, they've been part of the... I'm not scared to have a detachment, a deflection from them players. I'm not scared of that. I'm not... Before I was like, but if we can get this player... They've all proved, they've all had their chance consistently with different managers, and they've failed. And then these new signings that have come in have been uninspiring. The Bayern thing, I do agree with you. I was there last night, and tactically, with the way he's set up, there wasn't much wrong with it, but at times, we didn't really play like a team that sort of thought, if we can get a win here and rely on something else, you never know. There was of this acceptance. I looked at Højlund playing against 2 big, strong men, way off it, getting eaten up by Upamecano and Kim Min-jae. I looked at Garnacho up against Missouri, just weak. Antony up against Alphonso Davies, easy pickings.
How good's he, by the way?
Oh, brilliant. Exceptional. Second half, Ten Hag, again, he saw that Højlund was isolated. He went 4-4-2, put McTominay a little bit higher, said go and help out a little bit. And I said it to the person next to me. I said, yeah, 5 minutes, we're doing all right here. We're camped in there off. And then Bayern just ride it out. Yeah. You know, the situation with Varane, you know, he's been out of the team for so long.
I thought he did all right, you know.
He did fine, right, which again,
question mark,
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You're not helping yourself, Eric. You know, you say that you don't want him and Maguire to play together. You don't want Varane left centre-back. Then you bring on Johnny Evans because Maguire gets injured and Varane stays at left centre-back. Like, what? It's not adding up. And that shows me a manager who is desperately trying everything, even things he probably don't even believe in, try and keep his head above the pulpit. And it's Anfield coming up. So you're
saying, in short, that you don't want to change?
I don't want to change because I know bigger changes coming at the club, and it's like, I don't think that's that. I would wait for that and see what that looks like. If they come in, but I'm not opposed to, if Ineos come in and say, no, everything's going, we're starting again. Yeah. I'm not going to be like, no, you can't do that, because that's what we need. Even if it's to get to the end of the season.
I've got a question. It's a big question.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think the state of Man United right now, Man United will go as long without a league title as Liverpool did?
What was that? 24. What was Liverpool's? 23.
No, it was 30, wasn't it?
Was it 30 years when they went in COVID? That was the first time it was their first Premier League title. I think it was like 21. And he's been part of it. He's been played in half of it.
So 91, 2001, 2000, just under.
Yeah, 20. What? 30 years. 30 years.
29, 30.
Do I think Man United will go 30? Well, mate, I'm only 36, so.
Do you think Man United will go as long as Liverpool without a league title?
Who knows?
Maybe. I remember never thinking it could be over 10. Here I am. I remember that winning it in. I remember winning it in Sir Alex's last season, and people saying, "Oh, you have no idea now. The boss is gone." Man United, mate. That means fine. All right, went a little bit wrong with Moyes. We'll be all right. We'll get Van Gaal. Be all right. Oh yeah, Mourinho proven winner. Nah, we'll be all right. Yeah, Ollie, good vibes. Know what it takes. 99. Be all right. Eric Ten Hag, Ajax way, Ajax philosophy. Be all right. Now I'm sitting there going into the 11th year.
What's happening with the Ineos thing then?
It still hasn't been officially confirmed, but they're expected to come in.
Because it's like treading water at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is that as well is, again, it's still so many unanswered questions with it. What's the manifesto? What's the roadmap? Is there going to be a step to a full-scale buyout? How does it work that they're buying 25% of the football club but are getting complete sporting control? Is that the Glazers saying, I'll tell you what, lovely, someone else's fault. We'll stay here as majority. Let them take all the control of what happens on the pitch. So when it goes wrong,
take the money.
It's on them. Or is there, by 2026, there's a full buyout? I don't know. I hope there is. But they need to. The change is welcome in terms of what is being reported of what Sir Jim Ratcliffe will do. We know Richard Arnold has left already. That's a big, significant person at the football club. John Murtough looks like he's going to leave as well. Okay. Paul Mitchell looks like he's going to come in. Jean-Claude Blanc, who was,
Thought you were going to say Van Damme then.
No, Jean-Claude Van Damme's going to come in kicking us. That's all we need. Someone's going to kick us. And a lot's going to change at board level and structurally, So
what do you reckon Anfield at the weekend?
Oh, my God.
Shut up shop, just limit the damage.
We won't even be able to do that. I think Shaw went off injured at half time. Maguire went off injured halfway through the first half.
Yeah, we've got Wan-Bissaka and Dalot fullbacks. They're hardly reserve players, aren't they?
No, they're not, but we're just shit, mate. So
I think he'll play Mainu.
I think he has Dalot against flipping Salah.
Essentially, yeah. Don't matter who's there. It was Shaw against Salah last year. We lost 7-0. And what's worse is actually in that 7-0 last year, which you will remember, the first 40 minutes of the game, we was all right. I remember watching it going, I'll tell you what, see, they're not that good. We're getting chances. Unlucky Antony, well done, Bruno. Then Gakpo scored just before half time. And even then I thought, we'll come out second half. Then Luke Shaw gave the ball away and then that was it. Every shot was a goal. But Liverpool will smell blood.
Even in midfield.
Pony. And now you got McTominay. I have to laugh. We're going to have McTominay, Amrabat, Mainu, because Bruno...
Might do you a favour because play two holders.
Yeah,
you got to go Mainu and Amrabat.
Yeah,
and then just let Scott McTominay is useless in terms of all of the midfield stuff. Getting on the ball, connecting play. No. He's not useless. I'll say what he's good at.
I like him.
I'll say what he's good at.
He's got personality.
I'll say what he's good. He does have personality. He does put it about a bit, and he can get you goals.
Yeah,
he can get you goals. But in terms of how I want my team to play, being in control of the game. But Eric's seen that. He's gone, don't be getting involved. Because in the game where he scored 2 goals against Chelsea, he only made like 20 passes. That's him saying, go be further on. Go be almost like a second striker. Don't get involved in this part because that's not your strength.
Would you bring Rashford back in if he's all right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have to.
He's tired, look. Talking about Man U.
Exactly.
It is boring.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
So,
right, what's next?
Talking about Rashford is boring.
Yeah.
Next.
We've done it all before. Exactly. So let us know what you think the score's going to be at Anfield. Can Man United hold on? Can we get a miraculous draw?
What do you think it's going to be?
I think we'll lose by a minimum of 3.
What?
Minimum.
Flex is just sat here and looked down the barrel and gone,
that's what I think
we're going to lose by 3.
Minimum,
by the way.
I anticipate more, but it'll be minimum.
Do you know the irony of it? I think we'll lose by 3, but I want the manager to stay.
No.
Bigger fishes, bigger things.
Even the fans are going, mate.
You can't be short-sighted. There's more pain to come.
I know, I'm winding you up.
You've got to accept it. So, and if Liverpool don't beat this Man United side, then shame on them. Shame on them.
They will.
They will.
Ooh.
They will win.
You confident, Murph?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Liverpool had a finished article. You know, they've had problems. They didn't play well at Palace. They got a bit lucky.
They can actually be got at.
And Fulham scored 3 at Anfield.
Yeah.
You know, they are open because Trent flies forward from that right back position, as you know.
Who's going to go that other way?
What do you mean?
Are Man United going to capitalise on that?
No, we're not.
Well, it depends. I mean, Rashford's capable against Liverpool. He's done it. He'll be up for that if he plays on the left, and it means that Trent's got a dilemma. Matip's not obviously in. Matip's injured at the moment. He was the calm one, really. I mean, I like Canate because he's physically really good, but he can.
Boy is good, by the way.
Yeah, Quansah, he gave the penalty away, but he's good. He's good athlete. He's calm. I think Liverpool's firepower against United. How do you stop it? Whoever he plays.
It will be like, like when they go away, when they've been away to Gala and other places where they've scored 3 goals, but they got beat.
Yeah,
we ain't scoring 3 goals. Who's scoring 3?
Oh, you scored? How many goals you scored?
No,
2.
we ain't scoring 3 goals against them.
No, I'm just saying. It's like the fire, it's just you get outscored.
Do you know what though? I'll tell you this quickly. It is a fixture, and I played in a lot of them where we were the underdogs and United were flying. And we weren't playing well. You know, we'd lost to Birmingham, say, the week before, and United were top of the league and won every group game in the Champions League years ago, I know.
Yeah, not this.
And we'd beat them.
Yeah, it does. It can happen, but that's how bad it is, Danny. Though I can't even revert back to that. That used to be my comfort when we were good in the 2000s, and like I said, we'd go to Anfield or they come on. It's still a tough game because form goes out the window in a derby. I don't even feel that. No. I don't even feel that. So
that for me is what's really sad.
You ain't sad for me.
No, like in terms of as a neutral watching the game.
Yeah, nobody expects Man United to do anything in this.
This game, Liverpool Man United, was a game that you'd sit down and go, I can't wait to watch this.
Shouldn't even be on TV. What's Super Sunday? Just take it off.
No, do you know what I mean?
Who else is playing?
As a neutral, you'd be like, this is going to be an unbelievable game. They're going to go toe to toe. You just come out, you just look.
I don't think it'll be as easy as you think.
I just don't think.
Well, I thought that against Bayern, to be fair, before. I was like, we get done 3-0. I mean, in the end, it isn't.
They'll fight.
Like
They'll fight.
Yeah.
And I think
they've got to show a bit.
Yeah.
Personally, as sad as it sounds, just keep it respectable. Yeah. If we get a draw, oh my God. You better block me. I'll be on there. If we get something out of this game, I would not believe it. Let's move on to Aston Villa. Because obviously Narrative FC, old Joel Bayer, they've been moaning about a couple penalty decisions. Didn't get it. Disallowed handball, Havertz. But Villa, do we need to talk more about Villa? Our producer's kind of gone with, can Aston Villa win the league? Now, I think that's a bit too far. But with what they're doing, currently third, only 2 points off Liverpool. How well is Unai Emery doing?
I have to say, I didn't see it coming.
Nah, not this.
I don't know. I've only really analysed properly his CV recently.
When you actually see what he's done, you go, bloody, he's a good
It is a joke.
It's the Arsenal fans' Narrative FC will have us think that he's rubbish.
But actually, no wonder Newcastle wanted him before they got Eddie Howe. Don't get me wrong, Eddie Howe's done amazing as well. But this Villa side is great to watch. It's got an identity. You can see what they're trying to do. Yeah. He's strengthened. He's been back. He's got decent numbers now. It's not always the same 11.
The signings he's made have worked.
I mean, even Ramsey, who's a brilliant young player, he's been on the bench recently.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. It's like they've got lots of options. Top 4 is realistic.
Oh.
Who's going to go there and beat them?
No, it's an hard place to go. Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like about them? They've got the identity of the manager running through them.
They play as well, don't they?
He's quite animated. He's vocal on the sideline, and goes about his business quietly, though, in the sense of he's got manners. He seems very, very polite. Yeah. He comes on the TV, good evening, but he means good evening, obviously, every time he comes on. But it's manners, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's likeable.
He's likeable, and you can see that the players are playing for him, and when you see a team that's got the manager's identity in them, it tells you everything about that football club and how that team and why that team's doing well.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they win it again in January. Because if you're upstairs at that club
You're looking at it again.
Let's push.
Yep,
we might be.
We could dare to dream here. The City have kind of dropped off a little bit. Yeah, everyone expects them to do their little run.
I actually thought in the game, I thought Arsenal did all right,
Listen,
I thought Arsenal played well.
That's the reason why it's weird for us, because we can't really do the laughing thing at Joel. And because they played well. And actually, the chances they had when Odegaard has that one where he cuts in. Yeah, you can say it's a good save from Emi Martinez, but from that distance.
No, the one he put wide.
Yeah, and the one he put wide as well.
That was easier.
He's got to score. Yeah. He's got to score. On another day, he does. And you're right. They created enough.
Yeah. Question: does Odegaard do enough in the bigger games?
Well, I think you'd have to say no, really, because the big games, the ones against your rivals, aren't they? Last year, and the City they got done twice. I think he did all right at Anfield. They got a draw, didn't it? Was it a draw in the end?
Yeah, 2-2. 2-0
up, yeah. So probably that can be labelled a little bit at him. I still think he's a key component.
Yeah, he's still been absolutely amazing.
He's easy watching, Odegaard.
Yeah, he's fantastic on the ice.
He's
fantastic.
Yeah. So I think the big games are going to come for Arsenal in the second half of the season. So we'll see. But I mean, he'd still be one of the first choice on the team sheet. Yeah, I think it's a fair label. Can he do a bit more in those games?
I look at just to bring it back to Villa. You look at people like John McGinn.
Ooh.
And just what he offers and how he offers it and how consistent he is. I mean, his game in numbers. The most duels won, 7, most possession won, 7, most tackles, most successful take-ons, most touches in opposition box, most goals, obviously the match winner. Who's one player that you'd take from Villa and bring to your clubs? I want to ask you that.
Ollie Watkins for me at West Ham.
Easy for
we
you.
need a striker.
Up, yeah.
Well, Ramsey's my favourite player there. I think
he's really good as well.
I like him.
From a defensive point of view, I think he's really good. But the one who's improved for me, and I honestly didn't see it, Konsa.
At right back as well, though.
Mate.
Good.
At right back. I weren't sure of him at centre back.
How cool is he, though?
I've been saying... I've been saying...
The only one you got right since we started.
It's the only take-on he's ever got right.
I've been saying him, for me... How he's not in the England setup consistently.
He will be if he carries on doing
He needs to be. He needs to be.
Because he's a super athlete. He's good on the ball, calm.
Yeah.
And one-on-one, he's not... He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's been... Because when they signed Carl, I know Stevie signed him when he was manager. And he came in, I think he did his crucial.
Straight away from Sevilla, They chased him from before, couldn't get him, and then they...
Because I thought, he'd partner Mings. I thought that was going to be... Konsa might be just a little bit more of a squad player. But now... I mean, I know Pau Torres come in and done well as well. But
he's Emery's guy as well.
For me, Konsa's one of the first on the sheet.
Yeah. He's a good player. And to displace Matty Cash is obviously a different type of right back who's, he bombs forward, likes to be aggressive, get his crosses in the box, orthodox right back.
He's good and all.
Yeah, he's sitting out. Do you know what I mean? And Emery's not, especially in the big games.
And the other one as well, the lad in the middle of the park, Luiz, who Man City had a few years back.
Yeah, Arsenal wanted him.
He's somebody... All these players... have been given the belief and the confidence and the setup, if you like. But the one thing I've noticed about Villa, and arguably it was Newcastle's surprise package last year, but a similar thing, fitness.
They're at it, They are so well conditioned.
What are they doing in the conditioning work that United aren't doing?
I ask myself all this time when I see Newcastle, even though they've run themselves into the ground a little bit now.
Liverpool are fit.
Liverpool, Spurs at it. Villa at it. Even teams like the Fulham have gone to Anfield, and it's a shootout at it. Like you're exactly right, and that's why it's unforgivable what's going on at my club, because, like you said, what's going on in training? Why that desire isn't there to work at intensity?
Do you know what it could be? And when we were playing, there wasn't your time was monitored on the training pitch. If you'd done a certain amount of meters.
It was near the end.
It was near the end.
Yeah.
But when we were playing and we was at our fittest, and when games were end to end and entertaining, there was none of this like limited times on a training pitch, or you do a certain amount of kilometers or meters and you're done. No, you went through the barriers. And maybe the teams that are fitter now are paying less attention to that type of detail, where some of the other clubs, like your club maybe, are looking and going, he's done...
Overprotecting.
And look how many injuries we've got on top of that. So it ain't working. Whatever.
Don't you think it's twofold? I think it's twofold. And I know we're going off piece, but sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
There's two things, isn't there? There's one, being physically fit enough to do the work.
Yeah.
And there's the mentality.
Yes.
And I used an example, I was talking about this earlier. when you look at, and we are using United example because they've been too easy to play against.
Yeah.
That's fair. So people sometimes get it in their head that you've got to be this physical specimen to be really good defensively. We haven't got the legs. Bernardo Silva is what, 5'6"? Not electric pace. Never ever gets done defensively. Right. He's always one of the first on the press. You can't run off the back of him. Yeah. If he plays wide, the fullback never gets in behind. If he plays in midfield, he does his work, box to box. Fills in holes, fills in gaps, nicks balls, intercepts, doesn't smash into 50-50s, fair enough. But you don't have to be.
He's always there.
You just have to have a mentality. But the thing is, and we've gone off on, this is back to the manager having the responsibility. The reason he does it, yes, he's self-motivated, but if he doesn't do it, Pep's not playing you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. But when results are shit, and like you said, at United, you're going to keep getting in. What's your motivation? And you failed many times before, and you've got a new contract out of it, or you're still there.
Martial.
$250,000 a week, mate.
Martial's up for a testimonial. He's
Probably. And you know what? The Martial thing, I don't even like
10.
just saying it's all him, but just as an example.
He's an example.
It's an example of what happens when you keep rewarding failure.
Can you... no, wait.
Go on, because we've got to move on.
Hear what I've just said. Yeah. Martial is up for a testy. He's done a 10 straight.
8, I think he's done. 8, 9 years. Yeah. But he's gone by the end of this year.
He's gone, yeah.
He'll be gone.
But he's another one who, if had the right environment, could have been really good.
He had so much potential. 50 million down the drain, the press said. They were right.
You've got a lot of potential.
As
a presenter.
Oh, thank you. Is he, do you think he's being serious or?
You just got
to look at him and know what he's
I just need to have the mentality. Right, let's move it on because I do want to get to the comments, which we promised you. But before I do that, Mauricio Pochettino, I need money in January. I need to go in there. I need to speak to Todd.
What did he actually say?
What he actually said is, I'm really disappointed. This was a game to play and to win. It's a problem we need to check. We need to talk and try to improve the squad in the next transfer market.
You don't have to spend to improve.
Yeah.
Swap.
Yeah.
Jiggle about.
Well, I've got.
I know what you mean.
I've got a thing for you guys. A little thing for you. No cheating. Right. I want you to name as many as you can. Right. In fact, I'm going to take this here. Right. So there's no cheating.
Why just put the lid down?
Because I need to see. Because I don't know. I want you to name as many Todd Bowley signings as you can. The only clue I will give you is that there are 30. There are 30 players.
30.
You've got 120 seconds. I'm going to count roughly.
We'll just both fire in.
Just fire in, both of you.
Sterling.
Yes.
Desarzi.
Yes.
Badiashile.
Yes.
Gusto.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Caciedo.
Yes.
Fernandes.
Yes.
Cucurella.
Yes.
Sanchez goalie.
Yeah.
Nkuku.
Yes.
How many's that? About 12.
About 12.
Aubameyang.
See, Cucurella. Yes, Aubameyang. Cucurella's not even on it. Is he before? Might have been before.
Oh yeah, it was Potter, wasn't it? Oh no, it was
Graham Potter, isn't it? Was it
Bowley was there.
Oh yeah, Cucurella's there. Yeah. 62 million.
Madueke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mudryk.
Million. Yes. 88
Cole
million.
Palmer.
Cole Palmer, 42.5.
Money well spent.
Yeah,
someone who hasn't played yet. You missed out on him.
Lavia.
Yes.
Wow.
53 million.
The Brazilian lad in midfield, forgotten his name. Young lad.
I'm struggling.
Santos, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it for me.
The young boy from Villa.
Chukwuemeka, 20 million.
Chukwuemeka, yeah.
Wesley Fofana, 72 million.
Oh, yeah. What about the other lad, the forward Fofana? They sent out on loan.
Yeah. David Fofana, 8.6 million. Leslie Ugochukwu, 23.5 million.
Yeah, midfielder, yeah.
David Washington, 17.2 million.
Who's he?
Don't know.
Who's the
Jordi Petrovic.
Who's the boy, 14. The midfielder, the black boy midfielder?
Caciedo?
Nah.
Dennis
Zakaria, that's it.
He was on loan.
Is he loan?
Yeah, he's on loan, yeah.
Okay.
He was brought in that time. Amari Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah.
Koulibaly.
Forgot about him. Mendy.
No, not Mendy.
No. But what's
your
point?
Felix.
What's your point?
Basically, they just wanted to see how many you could do. 120 seconds, which I didn't time. But my point is they've done all that. They've done all that, and then in January, it. But obviously, he needs to tweak things. But come on.
I think it come across badly. I think he knew probably. Well, he must have known when he took the job, the remit of trying to mould these young players into a decent team and squad.
Yeah.
Now, this has never been done before, remember. This amount of young players bought for this amount of money. It's never been done, so we can't compare it.
Yeah.
How it's going to work out, the long contracts, all that. What I'd be concentrating on if I was him is working with what you got and improving results and performances, at least so the public can see that they're moving. Because there has been games where you think, oh,
yeah,
they look at it.
Yeah,
and I get you get inconsistency, but some of the peak performances. So they lost to Everton and United, but it was the performance of United that
awful.
I mean, they made some chances like everyone does.
Yeah, but they allowed Man United to look good.
Yeah, they did.
Do you know what I mean? To
They
the point
did.
where we got a bit of false sense of security. When
Yeah.
Bournemouth went, no, you're not. No, you're not good.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans got angry again by seeing Bournemouth come and beat us 3-0 and realise how crap they
So
are.
I think just crack on and work with you. They're not going to be getting many. How can they get FFP one allowed?
He's got to sell players. And
Would you sell Conor Gallagher if he was?
I was just about to say I saw.
He's been their best midfielder.
I saw Joey Knight. Joey Knight.
Tell you what,
He was nearly having kittens. I'm telling you, the fact that it's been mentioned that Conor Gallagher could be up for sale.
Yeah, exactly. He's been their best. Enzo, I'm sorry, I have to say this. Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandes, nah. No, I'm sorry. I said it at the beginning of the season, and I said it when they got Enzo Fernandes as well. I was at the World Cup. I watched near enough all the Argentina games in person.
He's decent.
And he did come in and do all right. I'm not saying that.
What are
But
you saying?
this gas that was put on him, 120 million quid, I don't see it. And Caicedo,
But-
I just think he's like a, and this is going to sound harsh, he's like a glorified right back. I don't think he's what people make him out to be.
Well, I said when
he's a
Liverpool-
bit of a warrior, can get about the pitch. He ain't great on the ball. He ain't got great intuition. He's not someone who's going to grab the whole game by the scruff of the neck and run the game.
I was amazed.
He's
Liverpool.
physical. I don't get it.
I said I was amazed Liverpool were going to spend what they were on him. I like him.
Yeah.
He's potential. He's a young lad.
Yeah,
he's got potential, but he's not Declan Rice, is he?
way.
Not in the same conversation.
So what are you saying then? Chelsea ruin players?
I'm saying,
They've overspent.
they've had the pants.
gassed up. They have had their pants pulled down.
Enzo,
100,
they come to Old Trafford, over 200 million quid's worth of central midfielders, and bloody Amrabat and McTominay had him in the pocket. 3 million Amrabat from Fiorentina Conference League, yeah, and McTominay,
Hey.
yeah, and that just shows you the levels of them. And then they got all these players that they've bought. 9. Let's break it down. Calendar year 2023, Danny, Anton, you lot are home. 9 wins in 2023.
Didn't someone say to me, 2023? Is this right? 39 points.
Yeah, relegation.
Wow.
Form. Relegation for
If
they're
ever-
lucky it was 2 seasons.
Not going down.
If Everton were
Not
didn't have
deducting the
the
points.
their
Yes.
No problem.
wow.
This is where I think that because we talk about it and we go, we're used to Chelsea that they've spent this money, this has happened. I have not seen, and this is my own club included, I've not seen a big club be as bad as this through any sort of transition. I've not.
But as I said,
not.
it's a very unique transition that's never been done before.
But remember, you conformed and said you agree with Joey.
Yeah,
They're in,
done that.
they're in a better position
and
than
you know what? And before the game,
that
I already
might
said
be
no.
true.
It still might be true, says Danny.
Might be.
Yeah, but
It
I'm
is
like
in
that
terms
now.
of.
Yeah.
But in
look,
terms,
mate,
in
9
terms
points
of,
in 2020.
The only thing that I think makes it that is the young players that they've got, that Chelsea have got compared to what Man United have got.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
and they will
thing.
keep trying
And
to
that's the
spend and
biggest
spend and
thing.
spend till they get it
And
right.
when you look at it as a fan, you're always going to give youngsters a bit more time. But when you see someone like Cole Palmer, and then you're waiting for Nkunku to get back, I do agree the midfield's a bit of an issue because where's the creativity?
Yeah.
Who is feeding that front line?
Yeah.
Because I know Conor Gallagher's great at the other stuff, but has he got any assists?
you need a bit of goal. You need something in there.
Have they got any guile in that midfield, do you think?
No.
Chelsea. No, Cole Palmer gives a little bit.
He's a forward.
You know what I mean? But not.
Who's feeding him?
No one. Yeah. Enzo Fernandes is not a chief creator. Moises Caicedo, no chance. Conor Gallagher's workhorse, get about the pitch and that, get in your face, good in the press and that. But
Who do you go and get then?
They can't get anyone. Lavia's not a creator.
No.
They rely on the wide areas. We've just got to touch on it before you do the comments and stuff. I got a feel for Reece James.
I said that. I hope he's
And I
got
know
really good people around him.
People want to criticise a player when they get injured all the time because they think it's mentality or whatever. Look, 7 times hamstring.
Body's just breaking down, man.
It's hamstrings. I don't know if it's the same injury, but I was told yesterday 7 hamstring injuries since 2020 odd.
What is Reece James? 23, 24?
That's
It's a
sad.
tough pill
Do you know
to
what
take,
baffles
man.
me? And you've been in the game like me a long time. And the medical departments were great even when I was finishing. I mean, Chelsea must be bumped.
What's going on?
Why can't they find what it is?
With all the technology, even sending them off to different surgeons in different countries, all the.
I'll be honest with you, like,
Because when he doesn't play, they're not as good.
no, nowhere near.
And Chilwell the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And when he came on against Man United, he didn't look right as well. He wasn't great.
do you know what's mad? I've got a physio that I used back end of my career when I was having loads and loads of issues, loads of injuries, loads of
Like
muscle
one
injuries.
personal one away from the club to help
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that I invested money into. I had missed near enough a whole season. I played maybe 60 minutes in the whole season at Reading. Started seeing this guy in the summer. Next summer, I played 25 games, still getting little issues. After that, went to Southend, was playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday for the season, 30 plus games. But I went and saw this guy quite regularly, kept me on the pitches, got rid of my muscle
But Chelsea must have 10 of these
injuries.
It's a hard one, I know.
It's a
'cause
hard
we don't know
one.
the
But what's
detail.
happening? But what I would say is,
My running with physios are they're too by the book for me. Like in terms of, like, and this is my opinion, a lot of physios that I've been involved with, not all of them, some of them have been brilliant, some of them have been poor. And the ones that are poor, they will treat instead of treating the symptoms of what they see and what I'm feeling, they treat the scan. Which to me, I know you treat what I'm feeling. Do you know what I mean? As you know, in an injury in the muscle, if you've had muscle injuries, sometimes you feel it up here. Next day it could be further down. But because
I think they'll be doing everything they can.
but that's just my running with physios that I've had. Like I said, I'll reiterate, some were brilliant and some of them I still talk to today.
Same.
But some of them were poor, you know, and I didn't realise it until I went and saw this guy who sees quite a lot of footballers.
I wonder if their medical departments had a huge transition like everywhere else.
yeah,
It's an
who's
interesting
overhaul.
one.
Yeah, but what I would say lastly on that is,
Wish him well.
wish him well, and just the mental side of it.
Do you know what?
Like,
the fact that he came out and tweeted
difficult.
and posted how he's feeling mentally.
Yeah.
You know, credit to him.
Help a lot of
It's
people.
hard.
I seen
People
Tyrone
don't see that
Mings
side of
done
it.
the same, like
People
how
don't
he's
see that side of
documenting
it.
his comeback and what it actually takes, and you see the pain, you see all the pins.
People don't
It's
see
awful.
the side
It's
of
awful.
it.
Do you know what? I'll tell you a quick story. I was very lucky. I didn't have an operation in 20 years, which is unheard of, right?
Yeah.
And the longest I was ever out was 7 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I once had an injury. It was the year we got the Europa League final, funnily enough. And I
Sound like Jike.
yeah, I had a problem in the back of my knee. I got a knee in about some tendon. Long story short, couldn't quite work out what it was. The results had gone and I was at home. And I got a phone call off the doctor saying it could be 3 months. Might have to have an op. I broke down. Now I know that sounds
mentally?
no,
Or
just broke down crying because I'd never. This is why I'm empathising with guys who are going for Reece James and amount he's been through, or Tyrone Mings with a cruise ship. I was thinking 3 months of not playing football. I'd never. I was like, I capitulated.
How old was you then? Was you young or
No.
middle
I
of
was
your career?
30s.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, ended up going to meet this surgeon guy and doing another scan and all that. It was like, you got a choice. You can let it go naturally. It could be 6 or 7 weeks. So I said, I'll take the choice. I'll take the risk. And I was back 6, 7 weeks to the day.
Was you the same? Was you all
Yeah,
right?
I was
Like,
all
you was
right.
all right?
Yeah, it was fine. But I'm just saying, like that fuck, swearing.
Yeah.
That, oh my God.
Yeah.
Having to go through that.
What would I do?
Again
Yeah.
and again. I feel
And it
for
is
them.
Groundhog
That's why I
Day.
brought it
Yeah.
up, because
And it is
you've had
Groundhog
injuries,
Day.
but you know
yeah.
better than me.
And it is Groundhog Day, by the way. You come in and you do the same thing every day, especially when you're not on the grass yet.
You're seeing all
and
them out there.
you're seeing them having banter out there. You feel embarrassed to even go in there and have banter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're in the treatment room, which can be the hub of banter in football clubs, but you're in there.
But you go in at different times.
Exactly,
as well.
you're going at
When they're
different
not in
times.
there, you're vice versa.
But you try to get in there when they're in there to try and lift yourself and get a bit back. You're getting told to piss off. You're getting told to get out of there. And then you get your treatment done. You go in the gym, you do your work, you have lunch. You might have a little bit of a socialise there. Then you're back in the physio, back in the gym, home. And you're doing that until you can go out on the pitch. It's Groundhog Day. Every day is the same.
It is the one side of it that's not
spoken about enough.
Well, I don't know whether it would help by speaking about it, but I think it's brushed under the carpet by fans because they just want to see what's on the pitch.
Yeah.
And actually, somebody's journey to get back fit, and then they don't play so well for a month because they've been out for 3
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like Ronaldo. It's like R9. Have you watched his documentary, R9? Phenomenal. When he's coming back from his knee and the pain that he's in, just trying to get it moving again. Like, this is real life stuff that happens to players. And like you say, some players come back, it takes them 2 months to feel like themselves again.
Yeah.
You know, Dean Ashton, a massive one with his ankle.
He's done and he
never got back. He had to finish because of it. And I've heard him speak about it. And like, I was a teammate of his at the time, but I wasn't thinking about him.
No.
Like, really, I wasn't thinking about him.
I never thought about the injured lads when I was training.
It's a lonely place.
See, that's lonely. That actually shows you exactly.
I'll tell you, apart from Moussa Dembele.
Oh, he had loads of
because when he used to have this dodgy ankle.
Is that because you had to do more running though?
No, it's because I just wanted to play with him so much because he was so good. I just used to go in and go, how's the ankle? And he'd be like, and I'm like, come on. I was like, come on.
That is what that person could do all his running for him so Danny could just look pretty. No, but thoughts with Reece James, man, it's tough. Just really quickly, we're going to get some of these comments out. DND83 from last week said this. Guys, did you see Pep apologising for not playing Calvin Phillips? I did, and I saw some of the comments he said. Where should he go? Where should he go? We'll be snappy with this bit so we can wrap up.
I think anywhere where he's guaranteed to play.
Yeah.
Because if he plays in the Prem from now to the end of the season, or January to the end of the season, he'll be in the Euros.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
He's got to prioritise first team football, not thinking
top 6 club or
any club in the Prem.
Any club.
Yeah.
Even if it's 6 month loan just to agree with that.
I agree. It's got to play.
Okay. BNCJ 4800 says, watching this after the United match and the Amrabat masterclass versus Chelsea. Obviously, it was a little while ago now. Flex any comeback. Well, as you can see, what's happened from then to now. Nah, just that Chelsea were crap, mate. But I did say that they had over £200 million worth of central midfielders, and it was Amrabat and McTominay and likes of that come out on top. But no comeback. West Side Riders 3 says, Anton, why are you so anti Ten Hag?
I've actually given praise as well.
You did for one thing the other day. I can't remember what it was, but you did. Kobe mainly because you said he's the perfect manager.
Yeah, a perfect manager for young players.
Yeah, you did say that.
100%. However, the one thing I don't like is inconsistency that he's had with players. That's what it is for me, and I think it's ego-driven. Mm-hmm. And I've always said that. It's not like I've just changed. I change with the wind. I've been consistent in what I'm saying because I like consistency. And as I've mentioned many, many a times, Man United don't have elite mindset players no more. No. Where it is a case of if you're treating someone the way that players feel that you shouldn't be, but then someone else does something maybe similar or worse, and you don't see the same reaction as that, players get pissed off about it. Players will down tools. If you're not elite mentality, players will down tools, and this is what we're seeing. This is why we like you were saying earlier on the show, that players don't look motivated. How are you going to be motivated by someone who's inconsistent?
Okay, so that backing up your point. And last one, Joe Toy 1-1 says, and this is for both of you guys and all of us, I suppose. Hi guys, who's a player that's really impressed you thus far that was not on your radar at all at the start of the season? Love the show. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Danny, I'll start with you. Who's a player who's you just weren't having them on your radar and then you've gone, bloody hell.
I knew he was all right, but I didn't really know he was just the midfielder for Villa.
Douglas Luiz, yeah.
I think he's gone up.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm like watching him going, he could play at Liverpool then.
Yeah. Always thinking about Chelsea.
Whereas before,
what do you want?
Where's before, not that he goes to Liverpool, but you know he's happy. I'm not saying that,
but he can.
You know when you look as a for your team and you think, he's got.
That's why Mikel Arteta wanted him as well. He could easily go there. What about you? There's quite a few of you people that you've signed, or it could be like someone like John McGinn. Who's been amazing this
season.
He
wasn't on the radar, was he?
He wasn't on the radar like that.
Do you know who wasn't? Like, I'll say Alvarez at West Ham. I didn't know much about him. I'd watched little clips from him at Ajax, knew that he was like dynamic, but until you watch him live and see what he's done, and he's, as you say, come on the radar now because I watch him quite regularly. he is a very, very good player.
I actually only knew him because I watched 2 games Ajax played. I had to watch these 2 games, do Ajax for 2 games, and he stood out like a man. I was like, whoa. Yeah. So when West Ham were up, that's why I was able to say, when you get ahead of the curve a little bit, and I was like, what signing he's going to be? And everyone's like, oh, is he good?
I remember you saying it. And I remember I was like, I hope he's going to be.
I've seen him quite a few times with Ten Hag as well. Yeah, when I went out there for their last game when they won the league. For me, I'm looking at Villa. I'm
got to, wasn't it? Surprise package.
There's quite a few. I mean, Diaby's brilliant. I liked what he's done.
He's just fallen off a little bit.
Leon Bailey's back in now. Leon Bailey's like doing.
Just pick one.
McGinn.
There you go.
Brilliant. There you go. Remember as well that Vibe with Five is at 1 million subscribers. And they've been done. I knew that was coming. They shit themselves. I didn't know, actually. 1 million subscribers. Nice thank to every single one of you guys at home for supporting the take-ons, for supporting all the other shows that is done here on Vibe with Five. And there is, I've lost my mic.
That got me that.
That did get you. There is so much more to come. And the road to 2 million has started. We will see you same time, same place next week. Take care. Peace. I saw him pick up. What the fuck's that?
I saw him.